Welcome to Slopbusters. This is the Halloween special where we trudge through one of the more divisive movies that have come out recently. Halloween Ends, the conclusion of David Gordon Green's new Halloween trilogy, but it's really a quadrilogy because it's set after the first Halloween. And Terry has something to say about this.
Okay, I will tell you this. Before Bruno is going to go on his legendary rant on this fucking piece of shit, I hated it too, but not to the same extent Bruno did.
Hmm.
Because, to me, nothing will top my fucking hatred of Halloween Resurrection. Like, not only was that one of the worst films in this, not worst films, the worst film in this series, that was the worst film of that fucking year.
Yeah.
I'm not even exaggerating. I don't want a Halloween movie to fucking end with Mike Myers, quote unquote, dying to fucking Busta Rhymes. Who the fuck wants that? And
So
I
do you,
say this,
so but do you want a Halloween film where he dies to a trash compactor?
to be fair, the effects on that at least kicked ass.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and Randy, this was your first Halloween movie ever.
yeah.
You've seen bits and pieces of the
I
other ones.
cannot fucking believe that. I honestly can't.
Out of like, this is
I
movie number 13,
legitimately mostly know about Halloween through Omnosis.
right?
You know, it's like saying you started Star Wars with episode 2. Episode 1 is at least so bad it's good.
You
Episode
start with Attack the Clones or some bullshit.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, keep in mind, Bruno's not exactly.
I go with Empire. Fuck you, Zoomers.
I don't care, but I'm just saying you're starting off with the worst fucking one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is
Because
likely.
if I can say anything, I recommend the first. I recommend the first three technically.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
And if you want H2O,
Yeah.
other
I
than
mean,
that,
I have to preface it by saying before everyone says this guy is just a fanboy. Just say no. I'm not a big fan of the Halloween franchise. As a kid, I had like one Michael Myers toy. That was about it. Just complete the set of all the slasher icons, right? I don't see it as a sacred cow. I respect the first movie. It's well done. But I've always been more of a Jason guy or a Freddy guy. I like The Burning or My Bloody Valentine or Black Christmas more than the original Halloween. I like Halloween 2 because of the hospital setting, and I love Halloween 3 just because it
Halloween
has
3 is
nothing to do with
fucking
Myers.
great.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Myers, and I think it's a great story about Halloween. And it has, I forget the actor's name,
Tunnel.
the guy who plays Colonel Cochran from fucking RoboCop, the old man,
Oh yeah.
does a great fucking job as a villain. So my pick is Halloween 3 is best movie. But I've seen the other movies over the years because I've seen them, and it's all like varying levels of bad. So I
You know,
went into go ahead.
Part 6 at least the theatrical cut has the gore,
Yeah,
and I'll give it that.
Part 6 is
Mhm.
a fucking shit show unto itself.
Even the production itself.
Oh yeah, I think there's been documentaries made about the making of Part 6. Many movie podcasts have done, podcast YouTube channels have dedicated multi-volume episodes to Part 6, and for good reason.
Oh,
Yep.
fucking-
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm done with my little rant. I just say it's not the worst. It's the second worst. But
Well, honestly, if like 6 is so bad, I think that might technically make it better than Halloween Ends because there's people discussing it.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
agree.
known for being bad.
I agree.
this one's gonna be forgotten.
Halloween Ends is well, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
And
I went into this with low expectations.
yep, and even those were broken. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna preface by saying that this whole thing is gonna be a spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
So for you spazzes who actually care about that, Michael Myers isn't the killer. He gets thrown into a trash crusher at the end. He's a sewer goblin, and the real killer throughout most of it is Dahmer Cunningham,
Yeah. I mean,
who's a Reddit mod.
basically Myers has a sidekick, and the guy has kind of Dahmer classes.
Yeah.
And
Yes, I think very loosely.
you gotta wonder, like during the production during the script meetings and everything, it's like, how Dahmer should we go with this character? It's like we'll just go a little Dahmer with the glasses. We'll just go there.
Hey, he's like if Dahmer was a redditor.
Yeah, exactly,
Oh.
exactly. It just might be an insult to Redditors, but I don't know. Actually,
At
like,
least editors at least have some common sense sometimes.
No. No.
No, I don't
He
think
looks
so.
like a guy who has sex to see that.
Speaking
Hey,
of which,
I'm
Scream 5, one of the killers in that movie is a Redditor too. So no spoilers there. I'm not even joking.
Not even that. They fucking joke he was a 4chan user.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm 99% sure it was Reddit.
It was a Redditor.
Yeah,
It's just,
the guy's like, I'm gonna get so many upvotes on this one.
I cringed when I heard the fucking 4chan reference because again, being like a fucking 12, 13-year long user on 4chan, it's just fucking weird hearing it in the mainstream.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Incel, we get it.
Shut up, guys.
All right, let's get
Okay.
into the definitely final Halloween movie because Blumhouse lost the rights and they're torching this franchise and pissing on the ashes so that nobody else gets it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the movie was made out of spite towards pretty much everyone, especially the rights holder, Malik Akkad, the son of Mustafa, produced the original
8
movies. No, I think okay, yeah, you're right. He did 8, then he was killed in the terrorist attack.
Yeah, he was killed in 05.
So the movie opens with Halloween Night 2019,
Yep.
1 year after the events of the 2018 movie and Halloween Kills. We have a new character, Corey Cunningham. That is the name. I guess it was a riff of Michael Myers, because it's like one letter initial, one letter, name and all that. And he is babysitting a young kid. And they're watching The Thing. Get it? Because
Yep.
the original Halloween, they watched The Thing from Another World. And he did the same thing in the Rob Zombie remake as well. So the kid's being a little bit of a brat, but not a terrible kid, just a kid just pulling pranks as you would when you're 6 or 7.
I just wanted to interject here that you pointed out that the opening credits use the Halloween 3 blue font.
Yeah. That's pretty much the only creative thing they did, I think.
Yeah, that and them watching the 1980s thing. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
that was
very
kind of a
movie.
cute little nod.
Cute, but kind of member berry, wink and
Yeah.
nod. I mean, I'm not gonna nitpick about that, but still kind of suspicious. So our Redditor dude, he is just wandering around the house, and he's like, kid, you can't watch this movie. This is too violent, which is bullshit. Because I saw that movie when I was like 8 and loved it. And he's like, you got to go to bed, and they unintentionally play hide and seek. And I should be pointed out, this is when Myers is still at large. Because
Also, this is the best part of the fucking movie.
yeah, it's the funniest
Oh yeah.
part. Because at the end of Kills, a mob tries to kill Myers, and he just becomes Super Saiyan and kills all of them and wanders off.
Yeah,
No mention of-
despite being, he's supposed to be just a guy in the mask, but he survives getting shot like 5 times.
Oh, I shot him 6 times. But we'll get into that. There's a whole bunch of bullshit here. So little kid's kind of playing hide and seek with the guy, and he kind of wanders away. And in all these fucking movies, whenever they think someone is doing something, whenever they think someone's there, they grab a knife instead of calling the police or leaving the house or something like that. So he's grabbing a knife and he's investigating, and he's locked in a closet. Little kid's taunting him.
Yep, the little kid's playing a prank. Joffrey's playing a prank.
That's what he's doing.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. I mean, do the Halloween 3 theme song. I can do that. 8 more days of Halloween. I can do that.
Halloween.
So, little kid is doing his thing, and the guy's freaking out because, Myers is still at large, so we're expecting Myers, and he kicks down the door as the kid's parents enter, and then he kicks it with so much goddamn force, the door flies open, and hits the kid in the face, sends him over the banister, and it comedically falls right to his death.
Splat!
Yeah, and the kids, and our Redditor's still holding a fucking kitchen knife, as you would.
But how do you fly over the fucking banister?
I don't know, dude, never skipped leg day. I don't know. but,
like, the physics on that are really fucking confusing.
Yeah.
Because, like, the kid's only as tall as the banister, so he should have just whacked into it instead of tumbling over comedically.
Yeah. I would love to see this with, like, an audience in the theater to see if they laugh, because I guarantee you they laugh.
I laughed.
People laugh. Yeah. I showed it to those random people, everyone laughed.
Dead kids!
During our little watch along for this, I laughed so hard my fucking Discord crashed.
So then we cut to credits, and 3 years later, we find out the guy, the Redditor, was charged with manslaughter. Did he serve time or not? We're
I
not
think he got
100%
acquitted.
sure. Maybe. Probably. And then, Laurie Strode narration kicks in. She's writing her memoir, that old cliche. And she says some bullshit about the evil in the town takes other shape, and there's like other suicides or killings or something in Haddonfield for some reason. Of course, this part is never really elaborated upon.
There's one amazing quote. He took our dreams and turned them into nightmares. So Michael Myers is apparently Freddy Krueger.
That would have been interesting.
You're confusing the horror franchises there, writers.
Yeah, trivia.
Point time, bitch.
Trivia. Halloween 4. One of the original ideas behind that was that Myers does not, miraculously survive an explosion and being burned 99% of his body. He comes back as a vengeful spirit and haunts Haddonfield, which would have been way more interesting.
That would have been okay.
Yeah, definitely. So we move on. We have our Redditor, biking around town, being harassed by the locals and everything. Why you wouldn't just leave the town, I don't know, but he's still hanging around. And he goes to get a chocolate milk, and he's harassed by band geeks.
Yeah, the fucking band geeks are one of the highlights of this movie.
Literally, they are band geeks. You have a kid with a horrific mullet. He has the little drumsticks, for drumming and everything. They're wearing band material, band uniforms and everything. And like, hey man, buy us some beer. We're high schoolers. You're 23. We can bully you. Doesn't make any sense.
It's like getting beat up by the D&D kids. Like fuck, that would have made the movie funny. Like he's getting bullied by the D&D nerds. Like one of them pointing a Roman candle at him while the others are holding him by the arms. Magic missile! Magic missile! Magic missile! And then he like pulls out a taser. Lightning bolt!
So our Redditor is getting bullied, and he squeezes his chocolate milk glass so hard he ruptures it and cuts himself. But the band geek
pussy gets fucking cut by chocolate milk glass.
Yeah. So Laurie Strode just happens to be there, chases away the bullies. Bullies go back inside, and Laurie Strode hands him a pocket knife and says, "You know what? You should get revenge. You should slash their fucking tires to their car." Because that's something Laurie Strode would do. Make the situation worse. And she takes him in to the hospital to get his hand stitched, and that's where he meets her granddaughter, who's now a nurse or practicing to be a nurse assistant, something like that. And, they basically just kind of slowly hit it off and everything. And, some bullshit happens, and they go out to a party and all this other shit, and they go to a bar where they bump into the mother of the dead kid who's just there, and she just chastises him, so it's like, oh, my kid is dead and you're out enjoying yourself, what are you doing?
Because middle-aged women are well known for going out to Halloween parties at shitty bars,
surrounded by 20-somethings too, right?
Yeah. And also the dad of the murdered little kid kind of looks like Terry A. Davis.
Like good ending Terry A. Davis for sure. And he's not there, so presumably the couple got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I wasn't really following that part because I was bored as shit. So this kind of freaks him out because he's hanging out with Laurie's granddaughter, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get laid. It's gonna be happy now." Blah 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 blah. And then shit slowly starts piling up. And he leaves the party, and he's harassed again by the band geeks. And he takes out a pocket knife. He's like, "Leave me alone." And the kid with the drumsticks just knocks out the fucking pocket knife over the bridge. Oh, they're over a bridge.
Yeah.
And they just toss his ass over a bridge.
Yeah, they fucking murder. They attempt fucking murder, which is these are like the hardest band geeks in the world.
Oh yeah.
Even one of the chicks was like, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
Like, honestly, I want a movie about the band geeks.
Yeah,
being like the town bullies.
Definitely.
You know what? I'm probably gonna write that.
Yeah. So Allison, that she's a granddaughter / love interest, she just kind of moves on. She tries to find him, but then doesn't know where he is, and he's just under this bridge for a while until the morning. and he is dragged. No, excuse me. He is dragged into the sewer by unassuming hands, and then we finally, after about 45 minutes, we see Michael Myers. Absolutely pathetic. I mean, his mask has mold on it now.
Yeah,
And
he's a literal he's a literal chud living in the
he is a chud
sewers.
creature. He is a chud creature. And it's kind of weird because he drags him into the sewer. Apparently, he's been living there for 4 years, which presents all kinds of questions like, what the fuck? Okay, is he supernatural? Is he not supernatural? How the fuck do you survive getting shot, stabbed, beaten the fucking back multiple times over the course of 2 movies? Who knows? How is he getting
And he's
food?
also apparently in his 60s or something.
Yeah, late
because
60s, roughly.
yeah, because this is like the original Michael Myers who went on a rampage in the 70s,
Yeah.
and he's still around as like a 60-year-old living in the fucking sewers like a chud.
Yeah. It
Is
presents
he-
all kinds of questions. How does he get food? How does he shit? How does he feed himself? You know, all those other things.
How is he not dead? How is his
Yeah.
body still going? Does he use like a walker to beat people over the head to kill them?
How has he avoided like the just bumping into people, but he still refuses to take off the mask? I mean, I wanted to see that fucking mask. Either run, get out of there. Like, hey, Myers is still around. He's living in the fucking sewer like a goddamn chud. Let's kill him. Just torch the fucking.
You
sewer.
know, this reminded me of that one segment of the new VHS film, the VHS 94, whatever the fuck it's called, where they had the fucking rat monster, and they were trying to feed, and where they're trying to get people to feed, they're trying to feed like dead bodies to them.
Yeah, hold that thought, because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So Myers drags him in. He's just kind of wandering around. Then Myers is now behind a crack in the wall for some reason, even though he dragged him in there. And he tries to kill the young Corey. And then, their eyes meet. And you think they're about to make out. No! Apparently, this is theorized, that Myers saw the evil in Corey, or Myers passed the evil onto him. Some bullshit. We don't know.
Keep
And
in
he just lets
mind,
him go.
this is 40 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
This is
So-
a slow fucking movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But Myers is barely in it. Myers barely does anything as well, So he just kind of lets him go. And Corey does his thing, and he's like, as soon as he's out of the fucking sewer, there's a fucking homeless guy that we saw earlier. He's like, he's gonna get you! He's gonna get you! Oh, I got this knife! I'm gonna fuck you in the head! And they struggle. They do the old, oh, I guess Corey got stabbed. No! He kills the homeless man. And right there, out in the open, broad daylight. And he just takes the knife, just throws it a couple hundred yards, like cops won't find that fucking thing. And we just kind of proceed on. He moves on with the relationship with Allison, blah blah blah.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. Don't try to do any sort of things that make you look legally less guilty. Like,
I mean, you can make
I mean,
that kind
that-
of fucked because of the situation with the kid in the first place.
yeah, but he did just get attacked by a homeless guy. That is a legitimate case of self-defense.
Yeah, or he could just say, hey, Michael Myers did that. I just, grabbed the knife away from him. He's in the sewer. He is right there. He is weak as fuck. You could probably just kick him in the balls and kill him.
Just send in a fucking SWAT team or something.
Yeah, could have. I think you could send like old Gus with like an old double barrel shotgun, and that would take care of it.
Or hell, just like a little cart with a gun on it, and that's remote controlled, like a UAV or something.
Get the old powdered musket, from the fucking Civil War. That would do. Myers is fucking pathetic in this.
Yeah,
movie. They do all of that. So Corey accidentally kills the homeless guy. He moves on. We meet his parents, which is kind of weird. His mom is overbearing, kind of like a Norm Bates mom type of situation. And his father's Hispanic. I don't know if that's his father or stepdad. I don't know.
Yeah, it's never explained.
Yeah, never really explained.
Oh, his dad's also his boss at the junkyard.
Exactly. Yep. He goes to the junkyard, so he has some mechanic knowledge. And we kind of move on. And what happens next? Okay, so Corey starts becoming more and more affected by the Myers evil or something. And he's with Allison at a little restaurant, and they're trying to head it off. And some cop that we saw earlier.
Yeah, he's like Allison's old boyfriend or something.
No, he's a cop. He's like a boomer, 40-something guy, and he's like, "Are you okay, Allison? I'm just checking. Oh, this is the guy who killed that kid. You better not be messing around here." And then,
Yep, Captain
they leave.
ACAB.
Yeah, and they leave, and the cop, gives chase to Corey. Of course, he's not armed. He doesn't call back up. He's plain clothes, and Corey just kind of leads him back to the sewers. And he fucking apparently hid the homeless man's body in the tent that the homeless man was staying in. Cop sees the body, does not call back up, does not take out a gun, does not try to get help, but decides, oh, Corey's in the sewer because Corey tried to jump him and do something, try to smother him with a jacket or some half-ass shit. So he goes into the sewer, again, unarmed, doesn't call back up, anything, just dumbest cop ever award. And, Corey is like, I'm going to feed you to Myers, and the cop cop is attacked by Myers, but Myers is like a frail old man now. He gets kicked away like it's nothing, like, grandma in a walker. And Corey basically has to help Myers. And we have like one of the most confusing moments in the movie that, it makes you wonder, like, okay, is he supernatural? Is he not supernatural? We don't know, because Myers slices the man's throat, and he has like an orgasmic tremor through his body. He's like, oh, he's like doing the thing, and it's seemingly like he's getting stronger
Yeah.
from doing that, but it's never explained. Like, is he supernatural? Is he like Freddy Krueger, and whenever he kills people, he gets their soul and he adds them to a chest of souls? We don't know.
Myers needs to collect the 7 Dragon Balls to get his youth back.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so Myers kills the sheriff, and Corey's like, "You're my new friend now," which is eerily like that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, where the kid feeds, the bully to the basement monster. Forget the name of the episode, but it was a great episode. And Corey just kind of becomes the Michael Myers sidekick from there on, bizarrely enough, which is like something out of fan fiction. I know, because I had an idea like that one. Sadly, and this is proof. This is proof that idea that I had was a terrible idea.
Oh yeah.
It's a terrible fucking idea. So we move on. We are introduced to Allison's best friend, and she's trying to get laid with a rich doctor, and they're in a nice little place. And the doctor,
Yeah,
is like, I'm gonna get some
Doctor
wine.
Sleazebag and Nurse Ho.
Yeah, Nurse Ho. No nudity, by the way, in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so don't even go into expecting anything like that. So, the doctor, goes off camera, and she's like, "Where are you, doctor?" Even though she had a shower scene, we still don't see anything. So why have the shower scene? I don't know. So he goes, investigating something, and then Corey appears. He wraps the doctor's head with plastic and kills him with with the screw for uncorking wine. Off camera, largely off camera. She just stumbles upon Corey already in the midst of, finishing him off. And she slams like the sliding door to shield herself from Corey. Corey is like, doesn't know how sliding doors work. He just bashes on it like a fucking chimp. He can drive a car. We see him drive. We do all these. He does all these things, but he doesn't know how a sliding door works.
He can't pick up like a lawn chair or something and throw it through the sliding glass door.
Like in the first Scream movie, where it opens with the kill, and he's taunting Drew Barrymore. What door do you think I'm going to come from? And then boom, chair goes through the glass window, glass door, which lets. That opening scene of Scream, way better than anything in this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't like Scream. I don't like the Scream series at all, but I respect the first movie. So Myers appears, finally, and he goes after the chick, and he impales her, just like in the first movie, where he impales the guy to the wall. He does it, but he impales her against a piece of art, because this is symbolism, some bullshit, right?
It's modern art, specifically.
Modern art, yeah, I guess.
So, honestly, Michael Myers just did everybody a big favor.
Yeah. I would say that's slightly better than, duct taping a banana to a wall.
Yeah. I mean, think of the value on that.
Yeah.
Those bloodstains are going to increase the price of that artwork by, maybe 50%. It'll be the art that a serial killer stabbed a lady on.
There is a network of people who buy art made from serial killers that goes for quite a bit of money. So it's a more legitimate art project than that woman who gave her parents an STD is called an art project. So I give him that, a low bar. Hey, did something right. So the romance continues with Corey and Allison. She's just completely not suspicious that he's a serial killer yet or anything like that.
This is
Um,
the part where I just started screaming, "Come on, do something!"
do something, yeah, because you'd think something would happen, but no. So they do their thing. Corey, is confronted by Lori, I believe, and Lori now sees the evil in his eyes, and she suddenly meets up with him in the house. He crashes at the house where he killed the kid, and he sleeps right at the bloodstain because apparently they couldn't get the bloodstain out of the floorboards or some shit. Lori has this big dramatic moment where she's leaning back against against a chair, cracking it back and forth, like, I know what you did, but do you know he's a serial killer? Do you know he's with Myers? I don't know, but she's like, stay away from my granddaughter, and nothing really happens, which doesn't make any sense. If you know he's a serial killer, just kill him. Like you were gun crazy in 2018, but whatever. So we move on. Corey and Allison do their thing. They fuck, but then they bump into more people that give Corey. They don't even really give him a. They don't even really bully him. They just gotta give him a hard time. And he meets up Myers again in the sewer. And he's like, "Come on, you can't do it. Come on, man!" And he just kind of pushes him over.
Yeah.
Pushes him over. Doesn't kick him, doesn't punch him or anything. Just pushes him over. He's out. He just steals the mask and goes on a killing spree. This is where the movie gets kind of good. It doesn't really get
an hour and 15 in.
Yeah, an hour 15 in. Something finally happens. So Corey takes the Myers mask and just says, fuck it, just goes on a massive killing spree, killing everyone that fucked with him, including the band geeks.
Yeah.
Probably one of the more rewarding scenes in the movie.
Yeah, the band geeks follow him to the junkyard, and one of them gets a pair of drumsticks shoved in his eye sockets.
Off camera. So
which
we
is
don't
lame as fuck.
Yeah. And then one of them, Corey takes a truck and runs over one of the kids who's on a hanging from a fence, which is pretty decent. And another kid, the head jock, band geek thing, he goes over to his stepfather, who's just hanging out watching Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. I swear to God, I think it was Hard Target. That was a Van Damme movie he was watching. And he's like, "You gotta help us! It's a killer!" And the guy's like, he has a pistol, and he hands a rifle to this kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come on, we're gonna hunt this thing." And Myers, Corey,
they burst out of the shop like Boogie.
Yeah, he does look like the stepfather Mexican dude. Does look like Boogie holding the gun, telling Frank Castle leave. Very eerie moment.
Fucking Boogie 1488 over here.
Might have to cut that one, Randy. But
yeah, probably.
You know what we are, but I just wanted to make that.
You can just cut,
No,
it.
I'll just insert, I'll insert a picture of Boogie wearing a Nazi uniform or something.
Do it. Fuck Boogie. So Myers appears yet again, and the father, I think he recognized. No, wait, he didn't have the mask on. He's like, "Oh, it's him," and he turns around, goes, "I got you now, you son of a bitch," and kills the father. The jock guy accidentally kills the father. And then Corey teleports away.
Yeah.
There's no other explanation.
This fucking scene. So, the band geek, is lining up his shot, and then the junkyard owner stands up, gets shot, drops, and Corey is just gone. You don't see him jump out of the way from either side. He's just poof, teleports away.
Exactly. Exactly. And I love to see where, he runs over the one chick and the other chick's friend is like, I'll help you. But he's right in the car that just pinned your friend. Maybe you should run away. And he just kind of takes a wrench and just kills the other one on camera again.
Yep.
So he goes after...
We do get a welding torch kill.
Oh, yeah, that. I think that was part of the reshoots. I want to make you a bet.
Before we continue, I just want to say the original thing, from what I've been hearing, was that this was supposed to be Corey was supposed to be the villain, the new Michael Myers, but because the rights were fucking splintered off after this, that they just killed him off during the reshoot.
No, I heard that it was because the reaction during the test screening was so negative. They're like, no, we got to put Myers back in the movie.
So, I heard it was a bit of both.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, you know. So Corey, you know, he goes after the head jock guy, but takes away his gun. Does not kill him with the gun, but even though he obviously can use a gun now, but you know, he's now a slasher villain, so now you can't use guns unless you're Art the Clown, you know, from Terrifier. You can use a gun then, right?
Sure.
Which way better movie, by the
Oh, I
way.
agree.
Way better. Terrifier 1 and 2. So Corey, knocks out the jock guy, uses a blowtorch and kills him. And this is on camera, but it's kind of blurred out, so it's still gory, but it's not as gory as it could have been. But I'll take it. It was something, right?
Yeah,
And like,
I'll just say that welding a torch kill is brutal enough.
I'll
that it
just say,
fits.
I'll just say, Fulci did it better in fucking Contraband. That's a way better. That's a fucking mob film. Fulci did, and it's a scene where a fucking coke mule has a fucking face torched with a fucking solder and blowtorch and shit. Brutal as fuck. Fulci did it better. I'll just say that. Anyway, so there's the one kid left who was pinned under the fence. The one who was kind of sympathetic to him, but he just bashed her brains in. And then we move on. He goes back home and he kills his mom off camera. And they try to steal as many shots as possible from the original Halloween. A lot of POV shots from the beginning when Myers is a little kid. He's about to kill his sister and everything. So then we move back to the radio station where he was just he wasn't even really bullied. I mean, a guy just told him to leave. You know, so
the radio DJ guy.
radio DJ black dude who
Yeah,
looks
he
like
kind
from
of
the 70s.
shows up a few times before here, but
No, he shows up once.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the second scene, he is killed off. That's
yeah.
it.
Also, one of the more entertaining kills.
Oh yeah, definitely the best
Yeah,
kill in the movie.
Yeah,
Best
he
kill in
gets
the movie.
bludgeoned to death on the audio recording equipment while it's
teeth are falling out.
live,
His
and
teeth are knocked out, and then
Yep.
Corey just slices off his tongue
with a
despite him.
pair of scissors.
But before that, we see a cameo from Diana Prince, aka Darcy the Mail Girl from Joe Bob's Last Drive-In.
By the
We
way,
don't
Darcy
see her
called me-
die. Darcy, very nice person. I was when I saw it, I clapped. You know, I was the one thing I'll say about this movie, I'm glad everyone got paid. You know,
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, I
that's one
agree.
thing I'll say. Nice, you know, all the people who lit the shots, did the electricity, the grips, all that. At least those people got paid. One good
Yeah.
thing. This piece of shit, right? So Corey continues on his killing spree, and he decides inexplicably to go after Lori. I guess because she told him to stay away. And we have kind of a bait and switch situation where Allison, Lori's granddaughter, leaves, and Lori's very morose, and she, unlocks a gun safe and has like a very small little revolver. I don't know the make of that gun, but it kind of goes against the 2018 movie where she was armed to the teeth. She had shotguns, rifles, knives, everything out, but now she has like a little nothing pistol and everything. And she puts a gun to her head, which is not good gun safety. And apparently she just knew Corey or Myers or whoever was there, and she just does the fake out like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, but no, she shoots a pumpkin, and Corey's there, and she shoots him twice, knocking him over the banister, and she just mocks him, and Corey is like, fuck you, and just stabs himself in the neck.
Yeah.
The end. But oh wait, Myers is back.
Yeah.
We gotta do it. We have to do something. I mean, the last 20 minutes, 100% part of the reshoots. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, it shows. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
So Myers just appears, has a final fight with Lori, and if you've seen H2O, which is the 7th movie, way better fight scene there between the two of them. That's all I can tell you. And so they fight it out, and
Myers gets pinned to a kitchen table with knives.
it's kind of a mock crucifixion of sorts. It's not against a cross or a cross shape, but I guess you could say kind of mock crucifixion.
I know David Gordon Green's known for doing art house shit on top of like comedy and now horror. I don't think he was actually thinking that deep.
Possibly.
Probably not.
Probably not, no. So Lori, stabs him, and she just slices his throat, and she's like, okay, I win. And then he breaks free, starts strangling her, and then the granddaughter comes back and helps and, frees Lori, and they just decide, fuck it, slice his wrist just to make, they take off the mask to just prevent any kind of, body switch situation like at the start of Halloween 8.
Yeah, they're fucking thorough.
Yeah, very thorough. They're very, very thorough when it comes to killing off Myers. So he slices his wrist. He's finally dead. And then they grab the body, they bring it out, they drag it, they strap it to the top of their car, and they parade it around town like a goddamn deer. And the entire town just kind of gets in. It's like, oh, the evil dies tonight, finally. And they just got to drive to the fucking
The trash
chop shop,
compactor.
trash compactor, dump Myers' body, and it ends with Laurie just doing a memoir and fuck this movie.
Yep, and then it ends to "Don't Fear the Reaper," which was
Oh,
not
yeah,
This movie
no.
did
earned.
not earn the right
No,
to
it did not.
play
No.
that song.
Yep,
It definitely did not.
and that's the fucking movie. Making
That's
sure
how-
that this fucking franchise is dead and buried and put in the wood chipper with Michael Myers.
I mean, this new franchise, it really is like the Disney Star Wars.
Yeah.
Trilogy, you know, it's the same thing. The first movie, it's good, it opens well, and then the second movie does something weird. You're like, okay, I kind of like, maybe I like this and that, whatever. You know, the best thing about Kills is the actual kill scenes with Myers. And then the third movie just completely shits the bed.
Yeah.
Of course, Star Wars fans would probably say the second movie completely shit the bed. I'd agree with that. So that's
I
Halloween
really-
ends. And
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, I think the idea that the writers had was evil takes different shape, it does different things and everything, which is an idea done a trillion times better at the end of Halloween 4, where, you know, we think Myers is dead, but his niece is basically the new Myers. She kills her stepmother, and it kills on. I mean, the ending of Halloween 4 is a pretty okay film, but that ending is fucking great. And that has way deeper implications. Like, okay, the evil is genetic, evil keeps going, blah, 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 blah. That movie has the basic idea here. It does it way better. Way
Yeah.
the fuck better.
I mean, you could do interesting stuff with that premise. Like, even doing, even if it gets a bit current yeary, like you could have like an internet cult based around Myers. Like
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
fucking dead, but there are still creepy weirdos out there who take inspiration from him. And
There's
they use the mask and they try to continue his deeds.
There's a slasher movie, indie slasher movie that kind of has the same idea. With it's called Chrome Skull 2: Laid to Rest, where the head killer, he's brought back. He's not brought back, but he's brought to surgery by a cult. But I guess it's like an agency or something worshiping him and helping him, coordinating with him and everything. So that idea was done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this whole premise reminds me of an idea I had for a Friday 13th movie, where it would start where, like, it's your typical Friday 13th movie, Jason's killing people, and then surprise, one of the counselors is a serial killer and got pushed to the brink, and he kind of teams up with Jason. And my idea was that it was going to keep going until the counselor starts to kill the children, the campers. And, you know, it was established in part 6. You know, Jason doesn't want to go past that, so then they fight. You know, and that just this movie just proves that was a terrible idea. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Well,
the core
I
idea
wouldn't say
here,
it's a terrible idea. It's a hard idea to do
it
well.
doesn't work in a Halloween movie. It doesn't work in any of these franchises.
Yeah.
It would have worked had it been a standalone slasher movie. 100% would have worked, but no. Maybe it would have worked. Maybe it would have worked, but it does not work here. to say
Yeah,
the
it needs
absolute
a good writers behind it, and this movie, that's one thing that this movie did not have. Well, it's one of the many things this movie doesn't have, but it's probably one of the more key aspects of why it's so bad.
I mean, good writers in time, I think, because after originally when they did 2018, the plan was to do 2 movies back to back, but then, you know, the producers, directors, everything were like, you know what, let's just wait and see what happens.
You know, I heard it was originally just 1 movie, and then towards the end of filming, it became 2,
Yeah.
and then it became 3.
Yeah. I mean, I know what happened at the end of 2018. It was supposed to definitively end with Myers' death, but then they went back and reshot the ending to leave it more open-ended, right? And then it comes 2018, which is it's like the ultimate filler movie. Nothing really happens. Myers just kills a whole bunch of people. There's a pointless subplot with another mental patient being driven to suicide. That's about it. Jamie Lee Curtis / Laurie Strode doesn't do anything in Kills.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really happens. It's just some more member berries they cast. The chick who played the little girl Laurie was babysitting in the first movie, who does something, and then that's it. You know, it's just the most nothing movie. And apparently, the ending to Kills, that was supposed to be the permanent ending, where a mob just fucks up Myers and rips him apart and everything. You know, but no, they just fuck it up.
They need the quest for more money.
I mean, the question is like, how the fuck are they gonna do another one? I mean, the only way you could
They
do it is
won't.
if I mean, the only way. I mean, not in the Blumhouse timeline,
Yeah.
but like it's either A, you do a remake, like give Rob Zombie a third chance, because I think
Oh
people.
no! I say this as
No,
someone who defends sort of his movies, and I don't want him to do another.
I kind of want to just out of spite, because
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I enjoy the Rob Zombie movies. They're not high art or anything. I just see them as like guilty pleasure trash films that make you uncomfortable, and I like that. I like that they're sleazy. I like that they have tits and gore. I like that there's a little kid, the first Rob Zombie Halloween movie, wearing the Myers mask, killing people. You don't see that shit in other mainstream movies and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I give Rob some credit. He made something that was uncomfortable and disturbing, which is something slasher movies kind of need to have, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But I think the Rob Zombie movies are more guilty pleasure-ish and everything. And if they were to do another one of these Halloween movies, it's either remake, reboot, where they ignore everything, or maybe they go with pure supernatural. Myers is resurrected by a satanic cult called the Myers Heads or something. I don't know. Whatever's bullshit. Maybe they get what the real Mike Myers. The actor from fucking Wayne's World to come back, and he's Michael Myers now. I don't know. I would see that.
Oh,
As a pure
God.
shitpost movie, I would
This is
watch
rather
that shit.
disappointing.
Release that shit straight to Netflix. Make it as woke as you want.
Yes.
I will watch it. Fucking
Myers versus Myers.
that would be better than this piece of shit. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. By far.
Okay, before we sign off, what do you give it out of 5?
0.
Yeah,
Wow,
0.
0.5.
Well, actually, I give it a negative 0.5 because there's just enough little bits and pieces in it to prevent it from being a complete 0, like unwatchable.
Yeah,
But-
I agree with that. I mean, a 0 or 0.5 because the opening scene is funny, and if you know what to expect, it might be funny to watch with people or expecting a Michael Myers movie.
Yeah,
0.5 for me because the music was good
in some
for the
parts.
most part, and and I thought it was shot pretty well.
Meh.
But it's just the technical craft of David Gordon Green was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Just the writing was so.
Although
fucking
I'd honestly say that the technical competence kind of works against it because if it was technically incompetent, then it'd be funny. It'd be more entertaining because you'd be like, "Oh, they fucked up that shot," or "Oh, they didn't frame that right," or "Oh, the ADR is off."
Yeah.
But without it's bland.
To me, it's just a low bar. Like, oh, the shots are in focus. There's lighting. You can see everyone. Wow, you made a technically better movie than Things from 1989. Pat yourself in the back, fucker. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I would consider that actually.
I like the Things 1989 better movie. Fight me. I will die in the hill. But come on, Halloween fans, come on, come at me. Put on your fucking Michael Myers wrinkly masks. Fucking bitch and moan on Twitter. Come at me. Fight me. Come on.
Ooh.
Fuck you. Fuck all the people defending this movie. I think they're just contrarians. They're like, oh, Blumhouse or David Gordon Green can't do anything wrong. Fuck all of them. It's a terrible film.
Yeah.
Not even critics agree with that.
I'm not even a Halloween super fan. Terrible fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch H2O, Halloween 6, either cut, Halloween 5. I'd love to see the uncut version of 5 one day. I'd rather see the Rob Zombie movies. I'd rather see anything else than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Resurrection was too painful for me.
You know what? Resurrection, it's bad. I agree with you. I think the first 15 minutes where he kills Laurie, that's interesting.
I agree with that.
There's a decent idea here. It's like, okay, what if the killer kills his object of obsession? Now what does he do? And they just completely fuck it up.
Yeah.
I'll give 8. I think 8 was a little bit more brave in doing that, finally killing off Laurie. Sorry for the rage, but like this movie pisses me off, and I hate people who just defend bullshit.
Yeah. Don't defend this movie.
No.
You're just doing the corporate schlock bastards work for them.
If you want to support like a good horror movie, go watch Terrifier 2. That was better than this, or maybe go watch Smiley or something.
Not Smiley, it's Smile.
Whatever. Go watch Barbarian. That was a good horror movie for the Halloween.
Yeah, good horror films released by a mainstream studio.
Yes, go watch good horror films. Don't
Yep.
watch crap like this. I think Barbarian's coming out and streaming around the 31st or so. Go watch that. I think Terrifier 2 comes out around the same time on streaming, maybe November. Go watch those two movies instead. Skip this crap.
Yep.
Another thing before we sign off is that a few hours after this, Bruno and I decided to watch Clerks 3. And I will tell you, doing this and Clerks 3 was such a horrible experience for me. I swear to Christ, I'm rethinking my friendship with you, Bruno.
What was worse, Clerks 3 or Halloween Ends?
Clerks 3 because the beginning of Halloween Ends made me laugh my ass
Yeah.
off.
I agree with
Clerks
that.
3 was like reliving a painful memory.
Yeah, I agree. I get that.
In fact, so if you were to watch either one of those, I'd say Slit Your Wrists is a better time. But don't watch either of them. Clerks
Yeah,
3
I
is
agree.
just
I
as
agree.
bad. It
I
just
like Clerks 2 as well.
I prefer Clerks 2 over Clerks 3.
Yeah, that's a funny movie.
I've never actually seen any of the Clerks films.
I'd watch Clerks 2, Randy. You'd probably like that one. It's a good comedy.
Actually, I would recommend watching the first just for historical significance.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that, that was an episode of Slopbusters.
That was our Halloween special. And now,
Enjoy.
Halloween ends.
For now.
Until they need to revive Michael Myers' corpse for another movie.
Give it 9 years. They'll make another one. Guaranteed. No
Yeah.
less than that.
Anyway, happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.